On our Week 8 edition of This Week in the NPSL, it's getting down to crunch time in the league as teams look to secure a place in the postseason. In the Southeast, a makeup match between New Orleans and Inter Nashville affects the makeup of the Western Division title picture. In the Northeast, an unbelievable goal-scoring effort was key to a New Jersey Copa victory in the Keystone Conference. In the West, the Sacramento Gold are fighting for the Golden Gate Conference's second playoff spot. But would their result be good as gold Saturday night? And in the Midwest, the defending champs continue their push to return to the postseason. The playoffs are nearly upon us, but we've got plenty of regular season business to attend to on This Week in the NPSL. We thank you for joining us for the latest installment of This Week in the NPSL. I'm your host, Paul BORON, and we start in the Southeast, where 10 teams are split into two divisions. In the East, the Knoxville Force have locked up the top spot. But in the West, it came down to a battle this Monday night where New Orleans was hosting Inter Nashville FC. The match was originally scheduled for a couple of weeks ago, but Tropical Storm Cindy postponed that. So that meant New Orleans was playing 3 matches in 5 days. The holiday was not the only thing the Jesters were looking to celebrate on Monday as they looked to clinch the West. But it's Inter Nashville FC looking for the early fireworks, but this shot skipping off the wet turf is handled by Chad Collins. 29th minute, Mason Walsh tries a shot from distance. The ball hops on the turf, but it is handled by Hayden Kaufman. And we are scoreless at half. 50th minute, Mason Walsh working down the line, and he is taken down for a penalty. Moments later, on the Jesters' first regulation PK of the year, Walsh bangs it in and it's 1-0. Then some insurance in the 85th. John Evans crossing the ball, it finds Lucas Curry, and he rips it far post. 2-0 is the final, and the Jesters celebrate a division title. Saturday night, weather delayed the start of the Jesters and Silverbacks for 75 minutes and took a little work to get all the water off of the field. John Evans on the free kick, and this one is labeled for the upper 90, but Thomas Hunter makes the great save. Meanwhile, Hunter not the only one making big saves. How about Chad Collins with this robbery in the 45th minute? Into stoppage time, and Mitchell Garcia lifts a ball into the box that gets over Collins and into the net, and the Silverbacks go into the locker room leading 1-0. But Evans would help bring the Jesters back. Ball deflecting around the Atlanta box, and Curtis Thorne gets it to Evans, and he makes no mistake. We are level. Looked like both teams would be getting a point out of this one, but off of a great build-up, Jordan Rice in the 84th minute plays it into the box. Chase Rushing leaves it for Evans, and he rips it home. That's the winner as the Jesters come back to beat Atlanta 2-1. Miami Fusion looking to keep it rolling against Boca Raton FC, and the goal early on by David Ochoa, assisted by Pierre Alusma. Then in the 23rd minute, a goal by Will Stamatis. And Stamatis isn't done. Second goal of the night, this time assisted by Victor Cardoso. And then Cardoso gets in on the goal scoring himself. His 9th of the season, assisted by Martin Lozano. But the Fusion not done. Juan Quintero with the cross, and Felipe Videla puts it home, and Miami Fusion wins it 6-0. Naples United FC at Beaches FC. 8th minute, Brandon Joseph Buati makes it 1-0 Beaches. 32nd minute, it's Jordan Hall doubling the lead for Beaches. They lead it 2-0. But a quick answer by Naples United. Kevin Gillen scoring to make it 2-1 before half. We go all the way to stoppage time. Elvin Medina tying it up. And Naples United FC and Beaches FC play to a 2-2 draw. So that result from Monday means New Orleans wins the West and they can clinch the Southeast top spot Saturday night against Birmingham, while Knoxville will have to face a Memphis City FC team that is battling for a playoff spot. In the sunshine, it's still Miami Fusion FC on top of the power rankings, but they are battling Miami United. No playoffs in the Sunshine Conference, so the winner of the regular season gets the playoff spot, and they meet in the final week. In the Lone Star, all three of the top seeds are playing teams in the bottom three this weekend as they battle for playoff seeding. And in the Heartland, FC Wichita is the top seed, but 2 through 4 is still wide open, with Tulsa and Little Rock squaring off this weekend. And how about Ozark FC getting their first 2 wins of the year in their last 2 matches of the season? Congrats to them. When we come back, we go to the Northeast, where TSF FC continues their late season push in the Atlantic Blue. We have highlights of their midweek showdown with the Brooklyn Italians when we return on This Week in the NPSL.
Keep up to date on NPSL with scores, schedules, stats, and exclusive content on NPSL.com. Visit NPSL.com to browse our dedicated ticket platform, read up on NPSL Spotlight, and view the latest episode of This Week in the NPSL.
We are back and going to the Northeast for a pair of highlights featuring TSF FC, whose last loss was on June 9th. They look to keep their roll going against Brooklyn Italians Wednesday night. Early in the match, Brooklyn Italians forward Jarrell Blades running through on goal. Referee clearly waves play on, no penalty, but then confers with the assistant referee to award a penalty on the previous play. But TSF FC goalkeeper Matteo Zabala saves the penalty with an outstretched right hand. The Italians get the rebound, but it goes over the bar. 77th minute, chipped through ball by Steven Zamudio, causing confusion in the Italians' back line, leading to TSF FC leading goal scorer Junior Batista to turn and finish in the open net. It's 1-0 TSF FC. 7 minutes of stoppage time and a long throw into the box by the Italians, which ends up in the back of the net. However, it's disallowed by the referee after a foul against the goalkeeper Zavala. The Italians don't like the call, and a second red card is shown to Giuseppe BORON, who protests the call. TSF FC gets the win 1-0. Saturday night, they were hosting Greater Lowell FC, and a penetrating pass by Pino in behind the Greater Lowell defense, and Zamudio is through on goal and is brought down by Patrick Hamilton. That is his second yellow card, which means he's got a red. 50th minute, a cross by Santa Maria finds the unmarked Junior Batista 6 yards out, and he makes it 1-0. 2 minutes later on a free kick, Lucas Tercy steps up and curls it into the top corner, leaving the Greater Lowell keeper wrong-footed and rooted in the spot, and it's 2-0. 80th minute, referee waves play on for a foul by Calvin Carbajal. Defense seems to stop, but Lucas Tercy feeds it through to Teddy Forson, and with one touch inside, he slips it underneath the keeper for his first goal of the season. Well, now he's got his first. How about a second? Tercy to Forson, who takes one touch into his stride, slides the ball with the outside of his foot past the keeper, and he's got 2 goals late in the match as they win 5-0. Still haven't had enough of TSF? How about them visiting Kingston Stockade FC in front of a big crowd at Dietz Stadium? And TSF gets on the board first. JP Gonzalez cutting it on his right at the top of the box and beats the keeper to make it 1-0. Stockade answer in the 45th minute. Matt Koziol plays a gorgeously driven ball. Eric Fortier touches it in and powers it home, and it's 1-1. 52nd minute, TSF back on top. JP Gonzalez cuts it in on his right again, and he beats the keeper near post, and it is 2-1. But the Stockade answer. Koziol sends in David Nkansa Sirabo, who beats his man on the line and sets up Fortier for the tap-in, his second of the day, and we're all square at 2. Then the Stockade take the lead. Koziol picking off an errant pass, hits from range, beats the keeper, and it's 3-2 Stockade. But TSF answers, cries for a handball waved off, and Junior Batista gets the goal, ties it at 3, and just 5 minutes later, Stockade FC are caught in transition, and Junior Batista finishes it off. TSF beats Kingston 4-3. Saturday night, New Jersey, 2 teams looking to secure their place in the Keystone playoffs squaring off, and New Jersey Copa and BUXMONT Torch lit up the scoreboard. 8th minute, Rafael Araujo, and it's 1-0 Copa. Just 7 minutes later, it's Araujo again, this time off the feed from Kevin Valise, and it's 2-0. 47th minute, it's Mike Prosek, assisted by Travis Ward, and it's 3-0. So Rafael Araujo had 2 in the first half, would have been a great game, but his second half was spectacular. In the 59th minute, assisted by Gerald Cubero, and that is his 3rd goal of the match. Then in the 73rd minute, unassisted, he's through and he scores. How about another one? In the 88th minute, Kevin Veliz sending it to Araujo, and he's got 5 goals on the night, and he's still not done in stoppage time. Assisted by Eugene Hirschap, Araujo makes it 6 on the night, and you'll be hearing more about him later in the show. So Boston City gets a win and a draw to gain a little ground on Kingston Stockade FC, who had a win and a loss. In the blue, TSF FC gets 2 wins, including their win over Brooklyn, but the Italians also added 2 wins in that tight battle behind Elm City. In the Keystone, lots of goals as you saw on the scoreboards, and now a tie at the top with Westchester United facing Clarkstown SC this weekend, while Copa faces Junior Lone Star. And in the Mid-Atlantic, where all 4 teams make the postseason, it's FC Frederick looking like they will be the top seed in their playoffs. Up next, we look in on the defending champs, who after a bit of a misstep in the mid-season have won 3 in a row. Highlights of AFC Cleveland's match against Syracuse FC are next.
MITRE is the official ball supplier of the National Premier Soccer League. Visit www.mitre-usa.com for more information. That's www.mitre-usa.com.
On June 1st, AFC Cleveland lost to Rochester 3-0. It was their 3rd loss in 4 matches. But don't look now, here come the reigning champs after their 3rd straight victory Saturday night in Independence, Ohio. 33rd minute, and Vinny Bell of AFC Cleveland plays a one-touch cross from the far side of the field. Tom Beck connects and heads it down for the 1-0 lead. 39th minute, Yanni Saris gets a ball played through a scrum of players near the box, tries to poke the ball past Syracuse keeper Patrick Castle, but he gets enough of the ball for the save. 45th minute, and Beck driving towards the goal, drawing all the attention. He leaves the ball for Bell, who is wide open for the clear shot, but Vital dives and clears the ball away. 50th minute, Bell plays a through ball to David Jordan, but Castle gets a hand on it and deflects it off the post, out of play. 58th minute, and things get a little tense between the 2 teams. Disagreement between the 2, and the next thing you know, Mike Derezic goes down and pushing ensues, and a red card goes to McCain Spragling. 76th minute, Cleveland's Lolo Carpa flies down the sideline and fires a rocket of a cross that meets David Jordan's head on the back post for the goal. 2-0 Cleveland. And in the 90th minute, Ben Truex dodges several defenders, gets an open shot, but a miraculous save by a diving Syracuse defender, but it's not enough as AFC Cleveland wins it 2-0. So Kalamazoo moves to 5th behind Grand Rapids, but it's all about Ann Arbor and Detroit City as 2 teams each advance from each Midwest Conference. That's also good news for Duluth FC as they vault to 2nd in the North with 2 wins, while Med City had 2 draws. And in the East, it's too close to call, with plenty of matches to be played in that conference. When we return, it's time for a trip to the Golden Gate Conference, where 2 teams are guaranteed spots in the playoffs. Sacramento is looking to secure that 2nd spot at home Saturday against East Bay. Those highlights are next.
SoccerStub is the official ticket provider of the NPSL and powers the league ticket platform. Support live local soccer by visiting tickets.npsl.com to find tickets to NPSL matches near you directly from NPSL teams.
Back on This Week in the NPSL, and 8 teams will make the West Region playoffs. 3 from the Southwest, 2 from the Northwest, 2 from the Golden Gate Conference, and 1 wild card. Sacramento was looking to secure that second Golden Gate slot on Saturday night, but the Stompers were looking to play spoilers. With East Bay eliminated from the playoffs, they go with a young roster and Ali Rodmont. Let's fly from distance. Then Aaron Cortez looks for Martin Sierra. Over the top, but Sacramento goalkeeper John Connolly is there both times. But before long, a veteran Sacramento squad is pressing the attack and testing East Bay goalie Marcus Rojas. Danny Lamelli launching a rocket in the 17th minute. Then Jose Martinez and Daniel Cuevas, both getting their chances in the 31st minute. And then Evan Alvarez gets 2 looks in the 36th minute on the breakaway, but the 2 keepers, Rojas and Connolly, have been up to the challenge and we're 0-0 at the break. 61st minute, and Rojas quick to shut down another Sacramento attack. Salami Olojide cracking one from 24 yards out in the 68th minute. Rojas is there to tip it over the bar. Great chance now for the Stompers. 84th minute, Christian Mendoza feeds a slick pass ahead to Isaiah Dairo, but Dairo airmails the goal and we're still scoreless. Manolo Pina on the doorstep in the 87th minute, but Rojas slams the door. Time running out for the Gold. One last chance to break through for a go-ahead goal in the 91st minute. A free kick at the corner of the penalty area, but it's right to Rojas. This game ends scoreless. A moral victory for the young Stomper squad, but a huge blow to Sacramento's playoff hopes. So that last score is the most significant result arguably in the whole league, as FC Arizona ends the season undefeated and will be the top seed in the West and host the wildcard team. Orange County, Riverside Coros, and Albion are all battling for the final 2 guaranteed Southwest spots. In the Northwest, FCM Portland's 2 wins sets up a big showdown with Kitsap Soccer Club. And in the Golden Gate, CD Aguiluchos won the conference weeks ago, but 3 straight losses does hurt them in the power rankings. So a wild finish to the regular season is ahead, and speaking of wild, how about the wild night that propels Rafael Araujo to the easy win in our MITRE Player of the Week voting? 2 goals in the first half would have certainly merited consideration, but how about 4 more goals in the second half? That made it an easy selection. Let's hear from the 6-goal scorer from Saturday night.
I'm just happy for this great game. I honestly haven't scored in a few games. You know, as a forward, I've been thinking about that a lot, and I've just been practicing very hard, and my team been pushing me and been believing in me, and I'm just glad that I was able to provide, you know, a lot of goals for my team today. Not a lot of people can say they scored 6 goals, and I'm very proud. It was a lot of hard work during the training sessions, and I want to thank my teammates for the great game, a lot of support, and let's keep going. Playoffs is almost here. We just gotta keep on rolling, keep playing hard, and continue to get great results.
An amazing night for the New Jersey Copa Star as they continue their push for the playoffs. Well, that's going to do it for this week in the NPSL. But remember, plenty more league information is available at NPSL Soccer and at BORON88. Thanks for joining us this week. We will see you next week right here for This Week in the NPSL.